students, Naveed sir here. Today we are going to discuss about international trade and exchange rates in IGCSE business studies. So you all are familiar with international trade. You know, when we exchange goods and services with other countries, right? That particular situation we call it as international trade, and international trade is really developed right now because of the globalization. We all know that. So international trade gives you, lots of choices. You would be able to obtain goods, consume goods from the other countries, right? And you will be able to send your goods to the other countries, and you all can earn an income as well, right? You all can create an awareness regarding your products. So that's international trade. We know what is international trade. So we are going deeper today. When we talk about international trade, right, you all are familiar with the term visible trade and invisible trade. International trade could occur in these two ways. Either it could be visible or invisible. Visible, you can see the trade of only goods. Trade of only goods. Invisible means the trade of services. Trade of services. When it comes to visible trade, goods, right? Two ways over here. Exports and imports. Likewise goes same as well over here. Exports, services, imports. Right? Now we know sending our goods to another country is what we call exports. Purchasing goods from another country is what we call imports. We are familiar with this. So there is a small question some students they might ask, how are we going to export or import a service? Simple, right? Assume that a foreigner comes to our country, right? He comes to our country. He has to purchase an air ticket, right? Assume that in Sri Lanka, that they are purchasing a Sri Lankan Airlines ticket, and he is coming from the United Kingdom, right? He is coming here to spend his holiday. He is purchasing an air ticket straight away. It's from Sri Lankan Airlines. What does it mean? Airlines is a service. It's not a good, right? It's a service which we are providing. We are providing air transportation. He is obtaining our service. He has purchased our ticket. That means we have given our service to that particular foreigner. That means we have exported a service. He lands himself over here, right? He gets himself on a cab, travels to the hotel. He has to pay for the hotel. So hotel is also providing him a service. So again, it comes under service exports. That's how we export a service. If we are providing a service to a foreigner who is from another country, that's what we call services exports. Imports. Now there are various students, there are students even in our school who are planning to go abroad and study. Study in New Zealand, study in United Kingdom, study in Canada, right? You all go. You all might go. Some of you all might go or not. If you all go there, and if you all are studying in a foreign university, in Canada or UK, whatever, you all have to pay their currency. That means you are obtaining their service. So you have imported a service. So that's what we call, that's how we export and import services, right? So visible trade, we are familiar. We send our tea, we send rice, wheat, coconut. Those things are being exported, and we import various amount of cars, various types of cars from Japan, USA, UK, right? German, especially the Bavarian Motor Works, BMW, Mercedes, those are being imported to the country, right? So those are goods. The balance, right? The balance of Always think, children, when we export, we receive money. When we are importing, we have to send money. Cash flows out. Exports, cash flows in. So, to have a healthy current account balance, our exports should be higher than the imports, right? So, exports minus imports, visible trades balance, balance of trade gives you the balance of visible trade, right? Visible, only goods, right? When the examiner requires you to calculate the balance of trade, you have to forget about the services. You have to consider only about exports and imports of goods. That's how you get the balance of trade when you are preparing a balance of payments account. So we are familiar with visible trade, we are familiar with invisible trade. Now, right, when we trade goods or services, right, we can't trade in our local currency. We have to exchange. That means we might have to buy their foreign currency to exchange to buy their goods, right? Assume that you want an iPhone, $100 or $200, right? Straight away you have to convert your local currency in order to purchase that particular product. It should be converted to dollars, right? So that's what we call an exchange rate. An exchange rate, children, an exchange rate means a price of one country's currency in terms of another. A price of one country's currency in terms of another. Now let's assume sterling pounds, which is 1 pound, equals $2. This is how we express an exchange rate of the price of one country's currency in terms of another, right? That's how we express 1 sterling pound equals $2, right? Now, but still, right, you all might think, right, we have discussed it at school, we argued ourselves, right, regarding a fall in exchange rate and a rise in exchange rate. Now let's make it more simple. Fall in exchange rate. Now let's think UK as our domestic economy. UK. Now we are in the United Kingdom. USA is the country which we are willing to do businesses, to trade goods. We could import or we could export, right? Now we are in the United Kingdom. Now first let's assume fall in the exchange rate. Fall in the exchange rate. How does it fall? Fall in the exchange rate. Fall in the exchange rate, right? Now our local economy is UK, right? We are sending our goods. That means United Kingdom is exporting goods to the United States of America. The value is 2 million pounds. 2 million pounds. So to buy 2 million pounds worth of goods from the United Kingdom, America, they have to convert their currency. They have to calculate how many dollars do I need? How many dollars do I need to buy this? Buy these particular goods? Simple. 1 pound is equal to $2. That means then 2 million pounds will be divided by 2. You need $4 million. You all know how to calculate. That means America they have to spend 4 million US dollars to buy 2 million pounds of goods. 2 million pounds of goods. Now what if the exchange rate falls, children? What if the exchange rate falls? That means before it was 1 pound equaled $2. Now 1 pound equals just $1. Just $1. What happens now if America wants to buy the same amount of goods from the United Kingdom, USA, right? Same amount of goods, which is 2 million pounds. They only have to pay 2 million US dollars. 2 million US dollars. What has happened? What will happen to the exports? What will happen to the exports? The exports will rise if the exchange rate falls compared to the domestic economy. Always consider the domestic economy, right? Over here 1 pound equals $2, went down, 1 pound equals $1. The impact is, it's a good situation for the United Kingdom because more goods will be demanded from the United States of America. Why? They can buy more goods. They can buy more goods than before. Before they had to pay 4 million US dollars to buy these goods. Now they only have to pay 2 million US dollars. What's the reason? Fall in the exchange rates. Right? Now I have to do, right? I want you all to do, right? I have given questions in the assignment, right, about the impact for imports. Impact for imports. You all have to discuss. Now, if UK wants to import, now due to 1 pound equals $2, right? $2. United Kingdom, USA is sending them goods, which is 2 million US dollars. 2 million US dollars, right? How many pounds are needed? To convert it to import goods from the United States of America, which is 2 million US dollars, right? How many pounds you need? Divide 2 million by 2, you will get the United Kingdom. They just have to pay 1 million pounds. 1 million pounds to buy goods from the United States of America, which are worth $2 million. Now assume that, right? There is nothing to assume. Now we know there is a fall in the exchange rate. Now before it was 1 pound equals $2. Now it's 1 pound equals $1. What happens to the imports? Before, to import from the United States of America, UK, they had to pay 1 million pounds. Now to import the same amount, same good from America, which is worth 2 million US dollars, how much? How much is the value of sterling pounds? Right? Simple. It's 1 is equal to 1 means 2 million is equal to, they have to pay 2 million pounds. 2 million pounds. What has happened? Imports are expensive. That means UK cannot import from United States because it's expensive. Before they had to pay 1 million pounds, now they have to pay 2 million pounds. Look at the difference. A fall in the exchange rate will demotivate the imports, but it will motivate the exports, right? We have discussed this chapter. I know we have discussed this thoroughly, so this is just a recap. You all have to do the exercises. I mean, a rise in the exchange rate should be discussed, should be done by yourselves, right? So this is it. This is a recap, just a good recap in international trade and exchange rates. I have given you all questions. Do it, send me it on time. And guys, have a nice day. Stay safe, stay home.